Separate the two. Now, I've invited you to my home to explain why I am saying this.
The others, including the dean, have endorsed the book. Do you see yourself better than these fine men?
Oh, come now, Russell. Why do you say such a thing?
And why must we discuss it at your home? Why not discuss the matter here and now?
No, this is not the place. You must come to my home. I will look for you this evening.
And if I shall not?
You must.
But Russell, this endorsement will not only be helpful for your book, but also beneficial to this seminary, which needs continued exposure for the work being accomplished here.
Yes, but I do not think Norris will change his mind.
I would not give up so easily. I encourage you to try to speak with Norris again, or perhaps talk to the dean to see if an exception can be made.
The dean? I would not wish to alienate anyone on the faculty staff, nor infringe upon our friendship with Norris.
This is nothing personal against our good friend. I just see this as a matter of standing up for something which you believe is important. Norris will understand.
Perhaps. Why would Norris wish to cause me this pain?
Norris is a wise and kind man. He would never do anything with the intention of hurting you.
For some reason, though, he's trying to keep the seminary from endorsing the book.
You should go and speak with him.
You do remember he had taken ill. The doctor said he'd become delirious.
Russell, please, go and speak with him. You will feel better.
Yes. I believe his illness could be affecting his judgment. The endorsement will also be beneficial for this seminary, which needs continued exposure for the work being accomplished here. This is my most diligent effort.
And an excellent effort it is. As I have said, I think it is extremely well written.
And the others did also, if I may humbly say. But I am not understanding Dr. Anderson. He has always supported my work in the past.
Have you had the opportunity yet to meet with him to resolve this matter?
I spoke with him briefly yesterday in my classroom.
And?
He has asked for another meeting at his home.
And?
I do not foresee us coming to an agreement, sir.
I see.
Sir, I would like to ask for an exception to the unanimity rule by the board.
An exception?
Yes, so I may receive the endorsement.
Doctor, I cannot change the policy. Such endorsements must be unanimous.
But it does seem a shame, sir, that because of one, the work remains unpublished.
The work will not remain unpublished. You may not receive the endorsement of the seminary, but the work will not remain unpublished.
Sir, we both know it would greatly aid the work's circulation. And I would not wish to publish a book without the endorsement of my peers.
I appreciate your feelings.
Sir, perhaps Norris's illness is still affecting his judgment.
Dr. Carlyle.
Well, it is possible, sir.
I'm afraid I can help you no further.
You did say so yourself, sir. Thank you, sir. Are you certain?
Yes, very certain. It came to me last evening. A 75% majority vote by the Seminary Board of Directors can overrule any policy in place.
If we change the unanimous policy, I would be certain to receive the seminary's endorsement.
I'm only pointing out a possibility.
Yes, and perhaps a solution. But how would this action appear to Norris?
I am not intending to breach our friendship with Norris, but I too in times past have questioned the unanimous policy in my mind. It seems to me that we are not always going to see eye to eye on every last detail in our published works.
And it seems to me that we are not always going to see eye to eye in every last detail of our published works. Now, as you know, a 75% majority vote by the board can overrule any policy in place. Therefore, I cannot personally see why Dr. Anderson's disagreement should stand in the way of the seminary's endorsement. No offense towards our mutual friend.
Are you certain you wish to take this next step?
Yes, sir. And I have counseled with another professor about the entire matter.
And who would this be?
I would rather not say, sir.
Very well. I shall endeavor to set up a meeting for the early part of next week.
Thank you, sir.
And I would strongly urge you to make one last effort to resolve your differences with Dr. Anderson.
Yes, sir. I will speak with him.
You look unhappy. It appears the board will most likely change the policy.
Yes, but we may be too late. The publisher's ready to take the book to printing, and they're asking for the endorsement. I may not be able to get the meeting assembled in time to get the statement I desire.
Go and visit with Norris. I'm sure the two of you can work this out.
No, I do not think so.
Russell, you promised the dean.
I'm so glad you came, Russell.
Norris, my publisher is waiting to begin printing. I'm sure you have a fine barn, but we need to settle our misunderstanding quickly.
Now, what I want to tell you, as well as show you, must be kept secret. No one must know. Do I have your word?
You have my word.
No one must know.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry you never met my father, Russell. He was a godly man, very committed to the Lord.
I'm familiar with John Anderson. His articles on science and the Bible are brilliant works, but I came to...
He was also fascinated with inventing. It was his hobby.
An inventor?
Yes. Seems I've inherited his passion for it myself.
Norris, please,
Before my father went to be with the Lord, he came upon an idea, a theory, something incredible. He completed his project, yet sadly died before he had a chance to test it.
Why are you telling me this?
Russell, the result of my father's work is this. Beautiful, is it not?
What is this?
Something incredible.
Yes, but what is it?
It is a singularity chronodisplacement device.
I beg your pardon?
It's my father's technical term. It is a transporter of sorts. This machine can transport a person through time.
Transport a person through time? As in time travel? This is impossible.
No, it is possible, Russell. My only regret is that my father never experienced time travel himself.
Then how do you know it works?
I tested it.
You tested it? You traveled through time?
Yes, I traveled over 100 years into the future.
Over 100 years to the 21st century?
Correct?
You? This is an absurdity.
It is the truth, Russell.
Norris, time travel is impossible. I'm afraid that your illness has affected your judgment more than I thought.
My friend, time travel is possible.
What proof can you provide?
I tried to acquire some physical evidence, but the machine will not allow me to bring anything back from the future.
And why not?
Well, I have reasons. It was because the article would not yet exist. It would be impossible for me to show you a coin from the 1950s before it was even minted.
Of course. It would not have been minted yet. I see.
This is why I have arranged a journey for you.
A journey? For me?
Yes, into the future.
Oh, come now.
Russell, you must see where the teaching of good morals alone will lead. You must see for yourself what happens when we remove the authority of Christ out of life.
You've gone way beyond reason here, Norris. This is all nonsense.
Now, you needn't worry about your wife or your classes. When you leave tomorrow night, you will return from the future just seconds after you had originally left.
It is impossible to travel through time, and I shall not listen to these delusions any longer. Now, if you'll excuse me, please, Norris.
Russell, you must listen.
It's impossible to travel through time.
But it is possible.
Good evening, Norris.
Russell, please.
Good evening.
You must see for yourself what happens in the future.
And remember, gentlemen, science and scientific findings do not make the statements in the Bible true. Scripture is always true and never needs verification. Scientific support of the Scripture only means that